And the first time you heard about the Freedom Dividend, you said, this is a gimmick. Is this for real? But when you dig in, you find that this is a deeply American idea. Thomas Paine was for it at the founding of the country. He called it the citizens' dividend. Martin Luther King championed it in 1967. He called it the guaranteed minimum income, and it is what he was fighting for when he was assassinated in 1968. Milton Friedman and 1,000 economists endorsed it in the 70s. It passed the U.S. House of Representatives twice in 1971, and one state has had a dividend in effect for almost 40 years. And what state is that? And how do they fund it? And what is the oil of the 21st century? Marijuana, that's right, Portland!
Everybody says technology.
It's technology, you had it right. It's AI, software, self-driving cars and trucks, big data. This is the oil of the 21st century. What they're doing in Alaska with oil money, we can do for everyone here in Portland and everyone around the country with technology money. And one of the biggest lies in American life right now is that we don't have the money. It's such bullshit, because I've done the math. Our economy is up to over $20 trillion, up $5 trillion in the last 12 years alone. And do you all remember voting for the $4 trillion bailout of Wall Street? I don't remember that either. None of us remembers because none of us voted for it, but do you remember anyone looking around being like, where are we going to get the money? No. When the banks were in need, the money was there, and now it's our turn. It's time for the people of the United States of America to take back our government, am I right? So this is the Freedom Dividend, and I want you all to imagine what your communities, what your neighborhoods, what your families would look like if everyone were receiving $1,000 a month. Where would that money go? How would you spend it? Yes, food, healthcare, childcare, the occasional night out, a little bit of weed. I mean, this is where the money would go in real life, but it would make your families, your communities stronger. Most of the money would stay right here in Portland. It would go into local Main Street businesses that would then need to hire. It would create over 2 million new jobs. This is the trickle-up economy. From our people, our families, and our communities up, and we can make it real. There is nothing stopping a majority of citizens in a democracy from voting ourselves a dividend. Nothing at all. It's a deeply American idea. It's been here since the beginning. And when Verizon or Microsoft or Nike decides to give everyone a dividend, everyone goes like this. Right? Everyone's like, oh, that's good management. Nice job. Does anyone ever say like, well, what are the shareholders going to do with that money? You ever hear that come up? It's like, what are the Microsoft shareholders going to do with that dividend? We should be really concerned about that. Of course not. That's so dumb. And it's the same way with the United States of America. We are the owners and citizens and shareholders of this country, are we not? We can declare a dividend that's going to make us, our families, our people, and our communities stronger.
Experience that people have when they actually try to come into our country.
Let's say voters choose to send you to the White House next November, and this crisis is still ongoing. Day one, what would you do with the migrants already in U.S. custody?
Well, what I would do is I would travel to these facilities, I would see for myself what the conditions are, and then I would make the necessary investments, because right now we have hundreds of unfilled positions at the border, and the deficiency here is one of will, of resources, and of us being able to actually put our policies into effect in a way that reflects our values, and that's what I would do as president.
Do you decriminalize border crossings?
Well, when I looked at the facts around criminalizing border crossings, the fact is it's gumming up criminal courts toward the border, and they're dealing with migrants as criminals, and they don't have the resources to deal with other people who actually are committing crimes. So I think treating it as a civil offense is the right approach.
A civil offense, so you would decriminalize it and just go through the civil courts.
Well, we need a different process, but yeah, like having them go through our criminal system, it doesn't really make any sense because our criminal system is not designed for this.
Okay, presidential candidate Andrew Yang, good to have you with us. Thank you for sharing.